Hi everyone, welcome to How to Edit Our Website Part 2. I just wanted to show you a few things because a few teachers had mentioned that they might be interested in using this space as their primary website. So once again, I want to point out something. You have to make sure that you are logged on to whatever Google account you're shared to, and I will share this website to your school Google account, and I'd also be happy to share it to any personal Google account that you'd like. That would give you the option to edit the website using whichever one you like. So at home, you might automatically be logged on to your personal Gmail account, and you might want it to be saved or shared to that. And obviously at school, you'd want your school account. So once again, this is our website. This is the navigation to the left, and I want to show you a few things. One more time. Even though this site looks like it's one big site, it's actually not. This social studies website is separate from, let's just use Amy for today, Mrs. Rosenthal. It's separate from Mrs. Rosenthal's site. So the Mrs. Rosenthal site here looks like it's a part of the social studies website. It's got the same site navigation, it's got the same template, it looks like it's part of the same website, but it's actually not. It's its own separate site, and the benefit of that is that I can give Amy access to this site, and if Amy chooses, she could use this as her own primary website. And I've already started that. I'm going to delete this and show you how I did that. So if we look at Amy's site, it says Mrs. Rosenthal's classes, and underneath I created AP Economics, and there's the rest of the site navigation to the left. And that site navigation looks exactly like the main site, except Mrs. Rosenthal is not there. So it looks very nice, and it looks like it's one site, but once again, the real benefit of it is that each of us will have access to our own site to use if we choose to. Uh, I know many of us are happy with our sites we're using now. I know I am. I'm not planning on using this site as my main site, but it's an option for teachers. So let me go back to Amy's website here, and I'm going to delete this, and then I'm going to do it again just to demonstrate how to do that. So to have access to the site navigation, we're going to want to go over here and click this. It looks like a gear, and it will give you a menu, and we'll click Edit Site Layout. And then I'm going to hover over Mrs. Rosenthal's classes, and it says there's an X there. I'm just going to exit out. All right, are you sure you want to delete this sidebar item? I'm going to say OK. And now it's not there anymore. Um, so let me show you how I did that. And if anyone decides that they want to use this space as their own website, that would probably be the best way to do it. So going back up to this gear looking thing, I'm going to click it, and I'm going to hit Edit Site Layout, and that's going to give me some toolbars here. And you can see that when I hover over the site navigation, that it's different than it is when you just hover it and you're not under Edit Sidebar. So Sidebar, there's a crayon pencil looking icon, and next to that there's a plus icon. You're going to go ahead and hit the plus icon. This gives you a number of options. There's even a countdown. I have a countdown to the AP on my website. It's kind of cool. But let me show you what you're going to want to click. You're going to want to click Navigation, and that's going to create a navigation sidebar, and you just saw it pop up down at the bottom. Now you're going to hover over that navigation sidebar and click it, and now it's called Navigation. So we're going to change that. We're going to call it Mrs. Rosenthal's Classes. Display title, you want to make sure that that's clicked so that the title is displayed, and go ahead and click OK. And then you can see there's Mrs. Rosenthal's Classes. Now you probably don't want to be at the bottom here, so this is your page. So we're going to take it and we're just going to drag it up. I think a good place is right above teachers and right below TZHS Social Studies main page link. So I'll put it right there and close. And now there's Mrs. Rosenthal's Classes. There's nothing under there, So let me show you how to make pages. It's really very, very easy. That's one of the things I like about Google. So if we go up here, there's a couple of icons. We already talked about the crayon pencil icon and the gear icon. The third icon is a new page icon. And it looks like a page with the tab folded over. And if you hover over it, it says new page. So it's really pretty simple. And you go ahead and click it. And we'll call this new page Global 9. And I'll go ahead and create Global 9. And the Global 9 page is created. Now there's a whole bunch of things here. There's this comment page. You could actually use a comment page. You could use this as a type of a blog or a message board if you wanted. I personally don't like to use it that way, so I get rid of all of this stuff, and I'll show you how to get rid of that in a second. But it's an option, and certainly could have some uses. So now you have a Global 9 page. You go ahead, and this is where you could link to reading. You could, oops, I know my public typing on display is embarrassing. You could post links, etc. So one of the great things about Google, I feel like a commercial, but I really do like it very much, is that you can, on Google Docs, anything that you have in Word is very easy to be uploaded to Google Docs. And once you and I'd be happy to show everybody if you'd like, once you upload something to Google Docs, you get a URL for it. And you could copy and paste. So let's just say I have this great homework assignment in Word that I've been making copies and handing out every year. You could upload that to Google Docs, which would provide a URL. And you could copy, or I'm sorry, you could highlight whatever text you wanted. And then up here, there's this little icon that even looks like some links chained together. You click that, and you could copy and paste the URL right in there. Now I'm just going to do the easiest URL that I know, which is CNN.com. I always click open this in a new window because I just like to have things open in new windows. That's just a preference. And click OK. And now you have a link to that reading or that homework assignment. So this couldn't be easier. So there's your page. We're going to go ahead and save it. You're going to say that the page is not under Mrs. Rosenthal's classes, and you still have all of this stuff down here, the add files, the comment page. You might not like that. So let me show you how to get rid of that. Again, you're going to go up to this gear icon and click, and you're going to go to page settings. Page settings is going to have a lot of things in it that you're going to find useful. Here's all of the stuff that I was talking about. Page title, links to subpages, allow attachments, allow comments. I get rid of all of that except the title. And again, that's just a preference. You could keep the page title if you want. And then this makes it so easy. There's a lot of different ways to do things. You could link it to your sidebar menu in other ways, but this is by far the easiest. So it says, show this page in the sidebar. And these are all your sidebar items. Most of these well, actually all of these I created, but when you take kind of ownership of your website, you could create your own. For example, Mrs. Rosenthal's classes. That's where I'm going to put this page. So all I do is click it and hit save, and you should see that update. And then there's Global 9. Now, if I were to create another page, like AP Economics, I could link that underneath Mrs. Rosenthal's classes, and then you'd have Global 9, AP Economics, issues. You know, Amy could use this page for clubs that she has, whatever she wants. It's her space, and she has complete access to edit it as all of you do. So I wanted to make that under 10 minutes. I think I covered just about everything that I wanted to cover. We're at 9 minutes and 21 seconds right now. I don't know for sure if Amy wants this or not, so I'm going to go ahead and delete this, and I'll do that in front of you just so you can see it one more time. So you go up to the gear icon, you click it, edit site layout, and that gives you access to the site menu. You go ahead, and there's Mrs. Rosenthal's classes, and there's an X. Go ahead and click that. It says, are you sure you want to delete that? You just spent so much time working on it. I am going to delete that. Go ahead and click OK. And the page is back to normal. Go ahead and close it. And that was just a brief tutorial on how to create a page, how to create a sidebar item, and how to link that page to the sidebar item. Hope it helps.